Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another episode of Xbox Catchup where I get you caught up on the latest Xbox news from the past week. So let's get started so you get back into gaming. So first up, we have the main headline. It has been revealed that you can play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's campaign early. If you purchase the game digitally, you can play the game's campaign a week early, beginning on October 20th. I know most of you rather have the multiplayer, but this means that you can actually complete the campaign before the multiplayer drops and takes everyone's spare time. And along with this announcement, they released a campaign trailer which has me hyped for this game. I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in the description of this video. Moving on to news. D23 will take place in September, and that event usually exists for the Star Wars and Marvel movie community. This year they'll be holding a Disney and Marvel game showcase at that event on September 9th starting at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The event will also have new announcements and new reveals, including Disney Dream Valley, which is I would say an Animal Crossing style type game where you help out Disney characters so that they'll move into your kingdom. We'll also get some more info on the recently delayed Marvel's Midnight Suns, something on Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which has already been released, so maybe we'll be getting some info on some DLC, and the Marvel Ensemble game being developed by Sundance New Media, which is helmed by Amy Hennig, who was the director and scriptwriter for games like the Uncharted series. There isn't any info about this game, but if Amy's working on it, I'm sure it'll have a great story. Now, there is nothing said about these games being shown at this show, but I'm hoping we get a sneak peek at Spider-Man 2, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars Survivor. Next up, some info came out on roughly how many Xbox One sold in its lifetime. And the number is basically what most of us heard about, what was rumored, which is less than half of what the PS4 sold. So that would put the Xbox Ones at about 58 million. The Xbox One did more than double the sales of the original Xbox, but fell almost 30 million short of the sales of the Xbox 360. We all know the Xbox One wasn't a great generation for Xbox, but it did have some amazing games, and I feel that out only made the Xbox stronger as a whole, and the community is finally getting the Xbox we hope for. The Xbox Series is only at about 15 million sold so far, but it's looking like a great start, and I feel this will be the best selling Xbox by the end of the generation. We have Gamescom just around the corner. The opening night live will be a 2-hour show hosted by Jeff Keighley next week on Tuesday, August 23rd. Info has come out of some of what will be shown during that event. We'll get a new trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, which was officially delayed until 2023. We'll also get more info on Callisto Protocol, which is a horror game by some of the developers behind Dead Space, which was an amazing horror game. A first look at Return to Monkey Island. More on Gotham Knights, which has been marketed a lot recently, leading to its October 25th release. A first look at gameplay for The Expanse, which is Tall Tale's next game. Some High of Life gameplay footage, which will release day one into Game Pass on December 13th. Yes, you heard me right, December 13th. It has been delayed from its October release, but is still making it out in 2022. A new look at the next Minecraft game, which is Minecraft Legends. A look at Dying Light 2's first story DLC named Blood Ties. We'll get an all-new trailer for Sonic Frontiers, which Sega is still saying is still planned for a release in 2022, so it is a high possibility that we're going to see the release date at the end of the trailer. Sonic Frontiers isn't a game that I'm looking to get, but maybe I'll see something in this trailer that changes my perception of it. And last but not least, we'll see some Goat Simulator 3. Hopefully, it will explain what happened to Goat Simulator 2. Now we're up to the Game Pass announcements for the Xbox console. Games coming to Game Pass the second half of August are Coffee Talk, which has already released. On August 23rd, we'll get Midnight Fight Express. On August 25th, we'll get Opus. On August 30th, we'll get 4 games, which is Tinykin, Immortality, Commandos 2 HD Remastered, and Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is the main one that I'm looking forward to playing. But again, with games coming in, we have games leaving, and so we'll have some games leaving Game Pass on August 31st. A list can be seen on screen, including some of the big games like Elite Dangerous, Hades, Myst, NBA 2K22, 12 Minutes, 2 Point Hospital, and World War Z, just to name a few. I feel out of all the games that are leaving, I played the ones that I've wanted to actually play. Hopefully you have too. If not, you have a bit of time. Releasing soon. The big game releasing next week, in my opinion, is Saints Row. The spiritual successor to the Saints Row games that came before it. I didn't put much time into the previous Saints Row game because I was more into Grand Theft Auto, since it seemed to be a bit more grounded. But this game doesn't seem to be way out there like the previous one, so I'm thinking I'm going to give it a try. Let me know in the comments, will you be buying Saints Row when it releases next week? Game updates. Grounded looks to be getting a much requested feature. Obsidian Games is looking to add a share world feature to the game by the full game release on September 27th. There isn't many details other than the world will be saved in the cloud and you can share them with anyone on your friends list so they can host your world when you are not online. This is something that the community and myself have wanted for a pretty long time, basically since the game released. Gathering supplies can take a long time, but knowing that your crew can continue working without you can help speed things up. Let me know if this was a feature you were hoping for. Now we have delays, and delays are inevitable. We know we're going to get this. We're going to get this next year. We're going to get this every single year. The thing is, hopefully, they're not pushed too far. But the only game that I have to talk about being delayed right now is Deliver Us Mars, which has been delayed to February 22nd, 2023. So not that far off, but if it was a game you're looking forward to, it might be disappointing. But that's just the industry now. Now moving on to acquisitions. It's not something that I usually speak on unless it's an Xbox acquisition, but Embracer Group develops and publishes games for Xbox, so I wanted to update everyone on what they are acquiring. And so the first thing, and there's a lot of them, is Limited Run Games, which is best known by most people as the company that releases physical versions of the games that were originally just digital. Recently, they have even started releasing physical games for Xbox like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge and Doom 64, which you can currently pre-order right now. What a lot of people don't know is Limited Run Games has a game engine that helps bring older games forward, speeding up the porting process, and Embracer Group has a massive amount of older IPs. Some of the other things that they are acquiring is the IP rights to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, which is a big thing right there. To me, that's really big. They're getting Tuxedo Labs, which are known best for their PC game Teardown. They're getting Tripwire Interactive, which are the developers of Maneater. They're getting Bitwire Games, Geotech, and String Tricks, which is a vocal processing tech. So not sure exactly what they're going to be doing there, but it looks like they're gathering up a lot of companies and they're going to become even bigger than they are now. I mean, they are a massive company right now, owning so many IPs, so many beloved IPs, whether they be small ones or big ones, they own it all. So Embracer Group is just getting even more massive, and we can expect to see a lot of games releasing from them in the future. Now, we do have some release dates which were announced. So the first one is going to be for Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which releases on October 18th. It looks to be releasing for the Xbox One and Xbox Series. A standard version will be $39.99, but the collector's edition, which includes some in-game DLC, will cost $69.99. I'm not sure what happened to collector's editions, which actually have cool physical goodies like a statue or even some badges. I mean, I wish they would bring that back and give us more options. The next release date that we got was for Dead Island 2, which I talked about in a previous episode of Xbox Catchup. It is scheduled to release on February 3rd, 2023, according to a new Amazon listing. So it's not for sure, but I'm pretty sure since we're getting closer to it, this is a solid date right here. But not much is known about the game, but I do have a sneaky feeling that we're going to end up seeing the official announcement at Gamescom next week. The third game that we got the release date for is Slime Rancher 2, which is coming September 22nd, which is also releasing into Game Pass Day 1. And last but not least, the next DLC expansion for Fallout 76 will release on September 13th, available for free for all owners of Fallout 76 or Game Pass subscribers. For those who want a bit more than what's offered in the free version, you can buy the Deluxe Edition or the Recruitment Bundle. Now moving on to the last section of the video, the rumors and leaks. So I'm putting this under rumors because we don't have any solid proof. So September 14th will make 1 year since Deathloop released on the PS4. The 1 year timed exclusivity will be up and Xbox can bring it to Xbox at any time after that. An Xbox version hasn't been announced because it would be considered marketing for Xbox, which isn't allowed until the exclusivity period has passed. So this will definitely be a game that releases in 2022. It received a high Metacritic score from most critics and users alike. I've seen it on sale for like $20 recently and thought about purchasing it for the PS4, PS5, but I'm holding out because I want the definitive edition, which will probably have a Gen 9 version and some extra content. If I had to guess, I would say it will probably shadow drop on September 14th. Of course, I have no proof backing this. I'm just doing a prediction to see if I'm correct or not. And then the last rumor will be that Twitch user Charlie Intel tweeted images of an internal document showing that Call of Duty Warzone 2 will release on November 16th of this year. The image was shared on Reddit, so I didn't feel it was really worth reporting. That was until insider Tom Henderson tweeted the date. So there is a good chance that we'll get the next version of Warzone on November 16th. I feel we'll get more info of this during the upcoming Call of Duty Next show in September. So that's it that I have for this week. Hope I got everyone caught up on the world of Xbox. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's pass the amount of likes from last week's video. Have a great rest of your weekend, and until next time, Assassinator out.